Hello and welcome to Roanoke County Today. I'm Teresa Hall, Roanoke County's Public Information Director. County Administrator Clay Goodman recently presented a draft budget to the Board of Supervisors. Just ahead, we'll take a look at what the upcoming fiscal year budget includes. Plus, we'll head over to Penn Forest Elementary for a special Arbor Day celebration. Those segments and much more, hope you'll stay with us.
Volunteer firefighters save lives.
Do you have what it takes? Visit RoanokeCountyVA.gov/FRVolunteer
Or call 540-777-8706 to become a volunteer today.
On Tuesday, April 24th, Roanoke County staff presented a draft budget to the Board of Supervisors for the upcoming fiscal year. County Administrator Clay Goodman presented the majority of that information to the board and is here now to provide an overview of what this new budget includes. Clay, thank you so much for taking the time to share this information with us. With all of the state uncertainty that's been going on, probably, I guess, since January, it must have been such a relief to get to that Tuesday and be able to present the draft budget to the board.
Yes, it was. The board had delayed the submittal of our actual proposed budget because of the General Assembly actions on the budget. So they allowed us to wait until the General Assembly reviewed the budget and enacted it last week, quite literally. And so we were able to submit the budget with as much information as we had from the update from the General Assembly, and that helped tremendously.
I know, though, you still, from this point forward, over the next month, will still be fine-tuning some of the numbers.
That's correct, because whereas we were aware that the General Assembly had adopted the budget, we hadn't seen the final actions of the General Assembly in the various reports that we get from the state and VML and VACO. So we'll be updating our budget and confirming numbers as those numbers roll in from Richmond.
Well, I know that the state has been certainly a challenge for you, but you also had some guidelines that you had to adhere to in putting the draft budget together for the board, including no tax increase at all for citizens.
Yes.
How, given that you had these priorities, how were you able to put together a draft budget given all of the uncertainty plus increasing energy costs? That had to be very difficult at times to crunch all those numbers.
Well, the board has had basically four objectives or goals in the budget preparation. One is, like you said, was to avoid tax increase, which we've done. The Board of Supervisors has adopted the tax rates for the coming year, and they're the same that we have for this year and the prior years. And that's $1.09 per hundred assessed value for real estate, $3.50 per hundred assessed value for personal property, and $3 per hundred assessed value for machinery and tool. Those have remained the same. They want us to work and minimize impact to direct services to our citizens, and also they want us to maintain our commitment to education and public safety. And also they want to avoid laying off employees and so forth. We believe we've done it in this budget, and we were able to do it because first, the General Assembly, as they had enacted the budget, provided some relief to local governments in regards to the implementation of the VRS rate increases. That has given us some resources that we did not anticipate at the time, and we've been able to utilize that to help us to balance the budget this year.
Very good news.
Yes. We also went to our departments and asked them to reduce their operating budgets of about $1.2 million, which further helped us. And those type of things have been very helpful in us meeting the objectives of submitting the budget in compliance with the directions from the Board of Supervisors.
Everyone pulled together pretty much.
Absolutely. We worked, we had many meetings with various department directors and individuals, departments, heads, and so forth. Our budget team worked throughout the process trying to keep updated with the information from Richmond. So I think we all pulled together and tried to present the budget in accordance with the directions from the Board of Supervisors.
Exactly. And speaking of the departments and some of the cuts that they had to make, very few of those will be felt by the citizens. I think the departments did a very good job in trying to make sure that they also adhered to the board's priorities. What are the ones that, some of the impacts though that citizens might notice, as small as they are?
There's a couple, but they are small in impacts, which was one of the directives from the board. The first one is that currently citizens may lease or use overnight, reserve the use of two of our trailers that we call freeloaders, where you can we take them to your home, you're allowed to fill them up with acceptable material, and then we'll pick it up the next day and dispose of it. The discussions now is that we're talking about the possibility of charging for that service of approximately $100 for a 3-day use of the facility. Another item we discussed was in the reassessment office. Other localities in the area that when you don't see a change in your reassessment,
Right.
they don't send the notice out. So we were talking about implementing that. And there was some delay in equipment purchases at the library and so forth, and other materials that allowed us to see some savings in that department also. So those are a few of the things, and we'll be discussing those in more detail with the board as we go through this process.
And communicating that information.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
I know one of the things that made you extremely proud, as well as the board and the staff, is that the county was able to maintain level funding for the school system, and that's a big part of our budget as well.
Yes, it's very important to Roanoke County Board of Supervisors that we support education, and the school system in Roanoke County is outstanding, and we want to maintain that system, and we were able to report that we can provide them level funding, and we hope that will help them to meet their needs as they move through their budget.
I know that was very big for you and for the board. Tell us a little bit about the fact that pay increases or cost of living increases are included in this budget. A lot of times people may not be able to understand why that was important to the board and important to administration.
Well, we have outstanding employees that work for us at Roanoke County. Our employees are the frontline providers of service to our citizens. Without our employees, we cannot provide the services that we do to the citizens. It's very important. We can have all the equipment, all the vehicles and so forth, but without the individuals that provide a good level service to the citizens, we just can't meet their needs. So I thought it was very important that we did something for our employees. It's been 4 years since they've had a raise. We have had bonuses on 2 occasions, and that's very appreciative of the board providing that. But we're hopeful that with this year, with the opportunity we have, we can move forward, and I recommend a 3% raise for our employees.
Okay. There's been a lot of information that we have covered. I know that it's been a priority of yours and the board's to make sure that the citizens were informed, and a lot of the information that we just covered, actually probably all of it, is actually on the budget department's website.
Yes, when I came here, when we started working together, we decided that it's important for our citizens to know, so we've been utilizing the website, and I hope the citizens will refer to that and see the opportunity. We also have the opportunity to provide comment through the website.
Right, that's
so
different.
as you review the material, we would ask that you provide your comment so we can relay it to the Board of Supervisors. We want our citizens involved. We want them to know what's going on, and we're doing what we can to ensure that we give them the information so that they can be informed about what's going on with their government.
And there will also be a public hearing for citizens to comment on the budget at a board meeting as well.
Yes, the public hearing for our proposed budget is planned for May 22nd at 7 o'clock that evening.
And final adoption June 12th?
With the board's approval, the final adoption will be June 12th.
All right. Well, again, that's a lot of information to cover. Clay, thank you so very much. And that website for citizens to go to for more information on the budget development process and where we are at this point is roanokecountyva.gov/budgetinfo. And thank you so much again, Clay.
Thank you.
And stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
What's the buzz about Green Ridge Recreation Center?
The staff here is wonderful. They are very hands-on. They love to help people.
The whole family can come and we can work out as a family here.
Join the fun through daily admission or membership. Green Ridge, healthy fun for everyone.
Welcome back. I'm Dan O'Donnell, Assistant County Administrator, and I'm here today at Splash Valley Water Park with Scott Ramsberg, who's with our Parks, Recreation, and Tourism Department. Thanks for being with us today.
Great to be
Scott.
here, Dan.
It's a beautiful day. It's warming up. We're getting ready to open up Splash Valley. Can you give us an overview of Splash Valley? What is it? Where are we?
Well, we hope there are going to be many more beautiful days just like today over the course of the summer. Last year we saw 45,000 visitors, and we hope to see the same or even more this year. Splash Valley, if you're not familiar with it, is located right off exit 581, exit 2N. Turn left on Valley Point Boulevard to get here. It's right next to Green Ridge Recreation Center, and what it is an outdoor water play area. We have a leisure pool with 0 depth entry. We have a lazy river. We have 2 water slides, both 3.5 stories high, and play areas for the kids where they can splash and spray each other. So it's really fun for the whole family.
Right, and this is our 3rd year of operation we're going into.
Absolutely,
so.
going into year 3, and it just gets better every year.
Okay, when do you open for the summer season?
Our summer season starts May 25th, and we're going to run basically Memorial Day to Labor Day this summer.
Okay, and is there anything new at the Splash Valley Water Park?
Oh, absolutely. This year we've added some shade structures and some funbrellas. One of the things people had to say in previous years is there wasn't quite enough shade here.
Right.
We're responding to those requests by adding shade here. We've also made some modifications to our hours. We're now going to be open during our full operation season from which starts June 8th, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. And for Roanoke County residents, we've added an extra hour on weekends. County residents only can visit on Saturdays and Sundays between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. So added hours this summer.
So it's county residents only for that 1 hour?
During the weekend.
Right.
Saturday and Sunday, they can arrive 10 to 11. That's just county residents. You have to have proof of residency when you come to the gate. That can be a valid ID.
Okay, great. How about special events? What new is going on in terms of special events this season?
Well, we've got a few days set aside. You can find them on our website, which is actually splashvalleywaterpark.com. We have a new URL, a new website. Name splashvalleywaterpark.com. But several events off the top of my head. May 25th, of course, our first day of operation. There'll be special events all day and live DJ in the evening. If you come between 4 and 7 p.m., we're going to have a DJ from Q99 out here, Q-Bear, prizes, games. Our next event, June 8th, is going to be a kickoff from getting out of school. So the kids will enjoy that. There's going to be a live band, music, and all kinds of fun. Then later on in the summer, we have a back-to-school event on August 17th. So mark those dates on your calendar.
Great, great. How about rates? What does it cost to come in and enjoy this place?
Well, it only costs between $5 and $9. That depends on your age and residency. Roanoke County residents do get a discount off of their admission. And also, you get a discount if you come later in the day. If you arrive after 4 p.m., we reduce the rates as well. So again, rates range from $5 to $9, depending on your age and residency.
And that you can stay as long as you want once you pay that rate, I assume, right?
That's right. Stay for the day. You can even take your receipt back with you and come back later in the day if you need to.
That's great. How about group rates? If you have a church group or some kind of club?
Absolutely. This is new this year. We have group rates that are, if you have 20 or more people and you arrive at Splash Valley, you get in for $6 each, which is a reduction, especially when a non-county rate is $9 for an adult. That's pretty good savings, just as a reward for coming as a group. If you have a specific day or a particularly large group that you want to come out here, we recommend that you do call us in advance. That's our rentals coordinator, Luana Blankenship, at 777-6306.
How about birthday parties, pool rentals? I mean, I'm going to turn 30 soon, so I need a birthday party.
You look 30. Rentals, we've actually changed our rental policy this year for the better. Rentals you can rent for a birthday party, come out here. It's a 45-minute party, but new this year you get unlimited playtime in the pool afterwards. So if you have your birthday party at Splash Valley, the kids can stay the rest of the day. That's new this year. We've also lowered our after-hours rental rates. If you have any corporate group that's interested in coming out, we have lower rates this year. You can have Splash Valley all to yourself on certain Saturday evenings. So call 777-6306 again to find out about those.
Great. Now, in addition to Splash Valley, we have a lot of camps, and some of them are at Green Ridge and some are elsewhere. Can you tell us something about the camps going on this summer?
Sure. Roanoke County has over 200 weeks of camp programs this summer, from Camp Roanoke, where if you're a younger kid, you can be dropped off at Tanglewood Mall with free satellite transportation included in your fee. And tons of camps at Green Ridge. We have full-day options, half-day camps, athletics programs. You can find those all on our website at RoanokeCountyParks.com. So really a huge variety for ages 3 all the way up to 17 this year.
Great, Scott. Well, thank you for being with us today. It's going to be a great summer season. It's sunny out today, and we've ordered no clouds all summer long. So
we'll try to stick to that.
We're going to have a good time.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. We'll be right back.
The Roanoke County Police Department recently recognized a group of students at Burton for helping the department with a construction project. Jason Walls is a school resource officer and helped oversee this construction project and the recognition ceremony. Officer Walls, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for having me today.
Well, for our viewers at home who haven't seen our previous segments about this construction project and the role of the students, why don't you kind of walk us through and tell us how we got to this point and sort of teamed up together?
Well, back at the end of last school year, Chief Holbrook, Acting Chief Holbrook, came to me about a project, a potential project involving the Burton kids, and he wanted to do a chemical munitions building at the range.
It's sort of like a gas house.
Correct, a gas house as well. Yes, ma'am.
And so he wanted to construct one, and that can be very costly. So where do we go from there?
Well, in talking with the staff at Burton, to include Jason Sir, the principal, David Baxter, who's the masonry teacher, and Jamie Harless, who is the building trades teacher, we came up with a plan and an agreement that the kids could participate in building the project. And we supplied, that being the police department, all the materials, and the kids provided the labor and all the expertise in getting the building constructed.
So that's how we have the gas house that was constructed.
Yes.
Fantastic. So you brought these Arnold R. Burton students and the police department together, and basically you constructed the building and developed a whole lot of networking and relationships in the process.
Yes, ma'am. As my role as SRO at Burton, rarely in that role do you get to develop the relationships that I got to develop working one-on-one with the students. It was a great opportunity to learn a lot about each student, which obviously as an SRO enables me to interact with them and be able to deal with things that might come up at the school. Exactly.
Right, relate, and for them to see you not as a robot or a person in a uniform, but a genuine human being.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, tell me about the award ceremony. I know that was very near and dear to your heart, to be able to do this, to recognize these students.
Yes, as we went through the project, we discussed possible ways we might be able to reward the students for their hard work and effort. Speaking with Chief Holbrook, what we came up with was to do a pizza party and also a challenge coin that we gave to each student for participating and being involved in the project.
Now, the challenge coin, that's very special for somebody to receive that. Talk about that a little bit.
Yes, ma'am. Here at the police department, we hand out challenge coins for exceptional duties or acts that are done by the police officer, similar to, I guess, the military, where they hand out challenge coins, similar principle.
So efforts above and beyond that the public does, you give these coins?
Yes.
Fantastic, and I'm sure that these were well received by the students. And how many are we talking about that were given out?
Roughly 50 students participated.
I didn't realize so many.
Yes.
That's fantastic. So 50 people that you were able to work with and develop those relationships, and also benefit the police department too, because this is quite the cost savings for the department during these tough budget times.
Yes, ma'am. As I said earlier, the police department provided the materials, and of course the kids provided the labor. That being said, it was a great savings to us in cost for the overall project.
Can you see something like this continuing, looking for other ways to sort of partner, join forces?
Yes, we've actually already began discussions about doing what's called a Hogan's Alley at the range and involving Burton again next year. Hopefully we'll be able to work those details out and move forward with that project for next year.
Well, it seems like this one has really turned into a model project of sorts.
Yes, I think it's a great opportunity for Burton and for the police department. It's kind of, as I've said before, a win-win situation. The kids are getting the benefit of being hands-on and learning how to build, whether that be masonry or building trades related. And we are benefiting not only from the cost, but from the SRO perspective of developing those relationships that we talked about.
Oh, well, I'm so proud of everybody, and for you helping to organize all of this and to recognize these young people. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Officer Jason Walls, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, stay with us, everyone. Roanoke County Today. We'll be right back. Interested in keeping up with Roanoke County? Follow us on Twitter and Facebook, or find us on YouTube. For a link to county departments using social media to communicate, visit our website at roanokecountyva.gov.
I'm Jennifer Conley Sexton, the Volunteer and Public Relations Coordinator for Roanoke County Fire and Rescue Department. If you're looking for a fun, exciting, and meaningful day camp for your kids this summer, you won't want to miss this segment. Along with me now is Brian Klingenpeel, our Public Education Specialist, to tell us more. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Jennifer.
Thanks for being here again with me today.
You're welcome.
This will be our 8th annual Character Academy for Kids. So tell me, what is the Character Academy experience really all about, and what's new this year?
Well, the Character Academy experience is about having preteens come spend a few days at a day camp with us in the fire department to learn the importance of character and to explore the fire and the EMS service up close and personal. And what's new this year is we're back to a day camp. But it's a 3-day day camp this year, and home base is going to be pretty much here at Fort Lewis Fire Station.
Okay. All right, so how are you incorporating the character into the lessons of the Academy?
Well, we're going to talk about those important character traits of trustworthiness and caring and citizenship, things that make good students, things that make good employees, things that make good citizens.
Right.
That's what we're after, and hopefully, in turn, maybe one day they'll want to be good volunteers or good career firefighters or paramedics as well. And that's why we feel that the character portion is so important, and we're excited about that again this year too.
Great. All right. And what are some of the activities that are planned this year for the Academy?
We're going to do all kinds of exciting things. We always do a station tour, which again be here at Fort Lewis Fire Station. They'll get to get up close and personal with fire trucks and ambulances. We're also going to be spending a day this year at our training center. So the students who come to Character Academy will also get to see where our firefighters and paramedics train, and they'll get to spend the day out there doing some of the things that firefighters in training do, as well as see a demonstration from our technical rescue team. And we're going swimming at the Green Ridge Rec Center at Splash Valley this year too.
Wow, that will be fun. And then the end of July, that will be great.
Yes.
So again, if this is a day camp, 3 days, what are those days?
It's July 25, 26, and 27. That's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and it's from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. each day. Fort Lewis Fire Station will be our home base. We will always start here, so the drop-off point will be here at 9 o'clock every morning, and then we'll take some field trips throughout, going to some different places, but this will always be home base.
So they'll drop off and pick up at
Yes,
the same
drop
place.
off and pick up will always be here.
Okay, and what are the ages again?
It's for middle school students, rising middle school students, so anybody who this fall will be in the 6th, 7th, or 8th grade, this is the camp for you.
All right. And the cost, how much does it cost?
The cost is $30, and that covers all 3 days, meals, a t-shirt, the swimming, it covers all of that for $30.
$10 a day. That
$10 a day, that's
very
exactly
reasonable.
right.
Okay, and this is not just for Roanoke County kids, is that right?
That's correct. It's not limited to Roanoke County students, so this can be for anybody. We've already had some folks who have inquired and have some interest from outside of Roanoke County, and they're welcome. This is for anybody.
Okay, and we've had kids in the past years come from all over the place, even outside the valley.
Yes,
really.
yes, we have.
All right, tell me the days and times again, one more time.
The days and times are July 25, 26, and 27. That's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. each day, and it's here at the Fort Lewis Fire Station.
Okay. If people want more information, how can they get in touch with you?
They can call me. My direct line is area code 540-777-8718, and I'd be happy to answer any questions or send registration forms to them if they would like those as well.
Okay. Hundreds of kids have gone through this academy over the past 7 years. Some have even come back from year to year. So we know they're having a good time. We know they're having an exciting time. So good job, Brian.
Thank you. Thank you.
Stay put. Roanoke County Today. We'll be right back.
Beginning January 10th, 2012, Roanoke County Board of Supervisors meetings will be streamed live on the county's website. Be sure to watch the board meetings live the second and fourth Tuesday of each month beginning at 3 p.m. From the Board of Supervisors webpage, select the Watch Board Meetings Online link on the left to get started.
April 26th is National Arbor Day in communities across the nation, including right here in Roanoke County. To mark the occasion here, a special ceremony was held at Penn Forest Elementary. Here to talk about the event, I'm joined by Carol Underwood with Valley Beautiful, Bob Bourne with the Virginia Department of Forestry, and Dr. Lorraine Lang, Superintendent of Roanoke County Schools. Thank you all so much for taking the time out to describe the event that happened here earlier. This was fantastic. These kids were so jazzed up about National Arbor Day. Tell me, Carol, let's go ahead and start with you. What is the significance of National Arbor Day?
Well, National Arbor Day is to let children and adults know how important it is to have trees planted and to continue to grow trees in our communities, because this is, after all, where we get our life from. So I think, you know, just educating people and planting trees and moving forward with that is what we do, what we're about.
Now, ceremonies like this one are held across the country.
Yes.
We've been having them in Roanoke County like this for about 14 years, Bob.
Yes.
And I guess to help organize everything, it's a joint effort by the Department of Forestry, Valley Beautiful, and of course Roanoke County Schools.
Right.
Were you just amazed by the energy you saw today?
Oh, it's so exciting. It's just so exciting to see the children, and you know, that's what we're all about, to help these children understand, and so it's just wonderful to be able to see that happen.
Now,
So.
Dr. Lane, we had this ceremony at Glenver last year and Penn Forest this year. What is the significance of trying to move these ceremonies around the county?
Well, we're so fortunate to have the partners that we have to be able to do this on Arbor Day, and by moving it around the county, we're showing more students how important trees are. I think students really walk around and take trees for granted, and it's a wonderful gift, and our children, when you celebrate it on Arbor Day, realize what a great gift trees are for us.
I think so as well. Now, in this classroom type of setting, you are Ranger Bob, right?
Yes, and I don't mind the students.
And you seem to be in your element as well. Just getting these kids so jazzed up and so energized about nature and trees. It's got to be exciting part of your job.
It is. I love my job. I love being out in the woods.
I can tell.
Love, being in the community. Love being in schools. Love talking to kids. I've been doing it 25 years now, and I've enjoyed every minute. It's always different. Kids come up with different songs, different ways of celebrating Arbor Day, and it's really a joy. It's always fresh and always different. So I'll always support it. And yes, I do. I bring the Ranger Bob show. I try to make it a little different each year, but it is
you
fun.
You get down on their level, and that is important.
Right.
You know, as part of National Arbor Day, we always draw attention to the fact that Roanoke County is a Tree City USA, I believe it's called.
Correct.
And so that's how we're able to do everything that we do to celebrate National Arbor Day. Is that correct?
Right, that's correct.
That's right, and the county has maintained the 4 requirements for Tree City USA, which is really unique to a county, which is having not only the Arbor Day and a proclamation stating that day is Arbor Day, but they also have a tree board. Myself and others are on that look after the public trees in Roanoke County. And so there's an ordinance that helps protect those trees, and if they're planted correctly and pruned correctly and things like that, and taken care of. And then the other thing is the county needs to spend like $2 per person on tree care. So you multiply it out by the number of citizens in Roanoke County, and that's how much they look at to spend, which is quite a bit of money, and that's done every year, but it's very unique for a county to be a Tree City USA.
It is. And you know, one of the other benefits of celebrating National Arbor Day is the tree planting ceremony. Of course, it rained on this day, April 26th, but the trees are still going to be planted. So you have a ceremony, and then you have a ceremony inside with the kids and all, but later on, or perhaps already, some of those trees have actually been planted, correct?
Yes, the trees were planted already, and the teachers are going to bring the students around to see the trees. And every year, as they're here at Penn Forest, they'll be able to see the trees grow, and then after they leave Penn Forest, they'll be able to see how they grow. So when they're an adult, they'll be much larger.
When they come back home, they'll have that instant memory.
Exactly. It's really significant for the students to see something like this.
Well, I want to thank Valley Beautiful for working with Roanoke County and with the state to help all of this happen. It's very important to the community and to these children as well.
Well, we're so happy to be able to do that. And Valley Beautiful, if you need to know anything about us, we have a website, www.valleybeautiful.net. So go and find out about us.
Very good. Well, thank you for bringing that to our attention and also for taking the time out to talk with us and for everything you did for the children today. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks again. And stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back. That's all for this month's show from all of us at Roanoke County and Roanoke Valley Television. Thanks for joining us and hope to see you again next month.